Hello, welcome to your Friday Spark. I am so excited to be sharing our content today. And as we move into our program called Take Flight, and we talk a little bit more about flow, I just had something that I wanted to share today and hope that you can practice a little bit with before our call. So, as we're thinking about flow, and as I automatically use the word thinking, I want to pull attention to when we are in flow and we are either thinking about flow or we're actually feeling flow. And it's I believe, a stark difference between thinking about it and feeling it. And so, as we've really worked on in our program called Take Flight, that as we start to actually feel things rather than think about them, which our thinking mind is always wonderful and great, and I think that it's very, very appropriate to continue to nurture that, but to also nurture being able to move it down into our feelings. Now, there's a few things that I picked up that are impediments to flow. And so I really want to share those, and then I want to call us back to a tool that I had introduced a few weeks ago, a few videos ago. But I want to talk about that a little bit. So some of the impediments of flow that I've discovered through some of the reading and some of the things that I've experienced. The first one is self-pity. So being in that place of just being kind of swimming in that self-pity. Maybe you've experienced that. I know that I definitely have. So that's one. The next one is guilt. And so this can be a very vast place to be. It could be guilty about things that you've done, guilty about things that others have done, guilty about things that you've done to others that you can't change or take back, or perhaps they're not even here and you can't apologize for that. So just some of the guilt that we carry around. And I visualize this actually as a backpack on our back, right? Where we just keep kind of putting these rocks in there and keep taking them along with us on the journey. And our flow actually becomes that much heavier and it becomes harder for us to be able to move through that. Our next one is blame. So blame being another impediment of flow. So either blaming yourself for something that happened, blaming other people, blaming circumstances, blaming, gosh, you could blame anything really. I mean, you could blame the heavens, you can blame the sky, you can blame that tree. So just thinking about how you use that piece of blame, and is that something for you that comes into your flow? And then the last one is control. So I know that control can be, it can be looked at in all sorts of different ways, right? And for you, when I first say that word, maybe something immediately starts to pop up. For me, it's like kind of trying to control my environment or trying to control things so that I feel safe. So that is another impediment of flow. And so as you take in these things, and I don't want to say think about these things, as you take these in and really feel them within your body, maybe there's one that resides somewhere. Maybe guilt resides within your heart or your stomach. Maybe control resides within your knees. Maybe the self-pity that resides right in your neck area. It could be all sorts of different places, and it's actually a big exercise to begin to feel that. And so I want to bring us back to one of the tools that I had introduced, I believe, last video, that is the rain, brought to us by Tara. Rocky and I had been introduced to her through Calm, and she had said this tool of rain. And so with these impediments of flow, I invite you, before we get together next time, to really think about what some of the impediments of your flow are, and can you use rain to then move within those and begin to feel those and begin to really be curious about them. It's not that to change them. It's not that you have to fix anything. It's just being aware and being able to recognize them. So with rain, the first one is recognize. So being able to name it. So maybe you say guilt, but maybe you can add a descriptor on that. Guilt about doing something to my children, or doing something to my aging parents, or maybe guilt for doing something in that way when I was at my job. Whatever it might be, just being able to recognize and then add that descriptor a little bit. And then the next one is allow. So just allowing whatever's coming up for you as you're thinking about that particular impediment for you, just allowing. The next one is investigate. And I really like this one because I think this one is the curiosity, really being willing to jump in, being willing to dive in and see what is actually really happening there. So investigation. And you can do that in all sorts of different ways. Maybe you want to journal. Maybe you want to put on some music and dance through it. Maybe you want to just sit quietly and meditate on it. It doesn't matter. It's just being willing to sit with it. Because a lot of times what happens is we actually find it and then we want to push it away and run away from it. And where we actually push it away, we don't push it outside of ourselves, we actually push it within ourselves. So pushing it within our elbows, pushing it within our hips. So just being aware of that. And then finally, nurture. So in that RAIN acronym, nurture. And this one is something that I am definitely always working on, and that self-love, that self-compassion, and being able to say, this is a part of my experience. Here's what I've investigated about it, and here is what I'm going to do to nurture myself through that. Maybe it's you take a bath. Maybe it is every time this comes up within your feelings that you're really able to come back and say, I love you. I love you. No matter what. There's no I love you, but it's I love you. That's all. And so just finding that space of nurture. And so I really invite you, as we dive a little bit deeper into our own flow and figuring out what that means to us, that you do a little bit of this investigation until our next call. And I really want to share what may have come up for you as we come back together. So again, thank you so much for being here and being a part of the Take Flight program. If you have any questions about the Take Flight program and you're watching this video, you can always get a hold of me at Soaring Eagle Healing. Just search that and you'll find my website and be able to get a hold of me. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.